So the other day, I was walking up the stairs where I live, and there was a couple that was walking down the stairs. And I said to them, as I say to almost everyone when I go by them, I acknowledge them, I give them a head nod, or say, hey, like, how's it going? I'll try to smile a little bit to be friendly. And so this couple's walking downstairs, and I go like, hey, how's it going? And the guy just looked at me. He didn't say anything, and it was a little awkward, although he just kept walking, and I kept walking. And I heard him say something to what I presume would be his girlfriend. And then I heard his girlfriend kind of laugh out loud. And a lot of us have probably had those types of experiences where you're nice to someone or you're polite, and then they do something that's a little rude, like not acknowledging you and then saying something like a joke at your expense, and then the other person laughs. And that never feels good, right? But I got back to my apartment here, and I was like thinking like, wow, that was like rude of that guy to do. And I was sitting at my desk, and I was like thinking about it for a few minutes until I stopped myself, and I was like, why am I thinking about this? I don't even really know the guy. And sure, maybe that was rude of him to do, but what does it really matter? And why am I letting it affect my day? I was having like a good day and still had a good day after that, but I really had to like stop and check myself and think like, why am I responding like this? Like, it's not ultimately worth reacting like this over and festering over. And so that motivated me to come up with this video. Because even those of us who have our stuff together, right, in quotes, because there's always things you can be doing to get further ahead, but it really surprised me, and it almost disappointed me a little bit when I looked back on it, that I let an interaction like that get to me. And so I want to point this out, and I want you to start paying attention throughout the day to things that cause you to get frustrated, or things that cause you to get upset or angry or mad and throw your mood off. Maybe you have a completely good mood going, and then something, maybe just a little thing, you get cut off in traffic, someone flips you off in traffic, someone says something, someone's rude to you, and that just turns your day around and causes it to become a poor day, at least for that moment, right? And if you're anything like me, these are little bumps in the road. But if enough of these bumps happen, it can shift the tide of your day. And so before it gets to that critical point where the next thing that happens causes you to go from having a good day to a bad day, you need to pause and reflect and think, why am I letting this little thing cause me to go from having a good time to all of a sudden not having a good time? And in the situation I described earlier, maybe that guy was having a bad day himself, and maybe he's not normally like that. Maybe he is, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because I shouldn't be letting those external circumstances cause my internal sense of self to become poor, at least for the time being, you know? It's just not worth it. And it's so much easier said than done. So the first step to reaching the point where you don't really let things outside of here affect you as much is to take note of the things that do. And it depends, you know, you could even jot some of these things down. You could take them down, things that kind of grind your gears or cause you to become frustrated. And then you can start to recognize patterns and then really start to challenge those things. And really, there's different ways to challenge the things that frustrate you. The biggest and most effective way, regardless of which strategy you choose, is just to realize it's not worth letting things on the outside tamper with how I'm feeling on the inside. Right? It's just not. And also, there are things way bigger that can happen that are more worth your energy, and I'll make a separate video on this because this is another super important topic, managing your energy and what you care about and don't care about, what happens in a day. But there are things that deserve to take your, emotional energy, and that's just one of the things that doesn't. So Next time you find yourself getting wrapped up when that next person in front of you cuts you off, just stop and think. It's really not, you shouldn't let it throw your day off. Again, way easier said than done. Clearly, I caught myself just the other day doing this. It's something you have to stay mindful of, because if you don't, you'll be in a bad mood all the time. And that, my friends, is just not okay. We need to be having as good of a time out here as we can. So, I hope this video brought some value and really just reminded you of things that matter and things that don't matter as much. If it did bring you value, please like the video, comment for future video topics, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye for now.